Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon us all. Respected panel of judges, supervising teachers, and my dear friends. I'm Igmas Ayu from the SMAN Pesanggaran. On this occasion, I stand with the opposition team. We reject the proposal that gambling offenders should only be given social services and skill training, not imprisonment. Why? Because in Indonesia, prison remains an important instrument for enforcing the law, providing a deterrent effect, and protecting society from the negative impacts of gambling. First, imprisonment provides a deterrent effect. Article 303 of the Criminal Code prohibits gambling and punishes offenders with up to 10 years in prison. However, according to a legal observer from Al-Azhar University, the often light sentences actually deter perpetrators. This means that without strict imprisonment, there is no real deterrent effect. If only social services or training are provided, the risk of people viewing gambling as trivial will increase. Second, imprisonment is necessary to ensure consistent law enforcement. A study in Tegal showed that out of 9 online gambling cases, only 1 was processed under the ITE law. This proves that legal action against gambling is often suboptimal. Imagine if punishment were placed solely with social services, the legal position would be even weaker, and offenders could feel immune from the law. Third, it's true that rehabilitation is important, but the system in Indonesia isn't ready. Research from Brawijaya University explains that gambling is the root of secondary crime. However, to date, there are no strong regulations governing rehabilitation for gamblers. So, if we rely solely on social services and training, we are actually providing a solution that lacks a legal basis and adequate facilities in Indonesia. Fourth, correctional facilities do have their shortcomings, but they are still better than no supervision. Studies on recidivism in Indonesia show that correctional facilities are often too general and impersonal, leading some inmates to relapse into a crime. However, at least in prison, offenders are supervised and their access to gambling can be temporarily stopped. Compare this with social services, they remain in a free environment, making it easier for them to relapse into gambling. Dear audience, gambling not only destroys the perpetrators but also their families and communities. In Indonesia, imprisonment remains the best way to provide a deterrent effect, ensure justice, and prevent recurrence. Therefore, we, the opposition, firmly reject the proposal to replace prison sentences with social services and skills training. That's all I can say. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.